When a blues player starts looking over the boundaries and creates songs in a more poppy or jazzy style, you often get the best of both worlds. Now, the immense talent that Stevie Ray Vaughan was could not be limited by the borders others would try to define him with. He wasn't just a blues player, and compositions like Lenny, Riviera Paradise, and Wall of the Nile showed this beyond the shadow of a doubt. In those tunes, his chord use was inventive, and he used to connect these jazzed-up chords with some great major pentatonic lines and double-stop riffs. Let's check out chord trick number 37. This chord trick features two shapes you won't ordinarily find in a blues tune. They're an E major 13th and an A 6th. The E major 13th chord is part of the major 7th family of chords, and those chords you will generally not find in a blues or in a rock tune. This is your E major 7th. They have a more jazzy sound because of the major 7th on top of the root. It will be a D sharp note. Because of that, you cannot play a blues scale-based melody or solo on top of this chord. That scale will hold the flatted 7th note D, which would create a lot of tension on top of the E major 7th type of chord. It doesn't work. The best sounding scale for a solo or melody would be some kind of a major scale, so holding the major 3rd and preferably the major 7th. In bar 1, I'm using the E Ionian major scale in double stops on the top two strings. It connects the E major 13th chord with the A 6th chord in the next bar. The E major 13th chord has the notes from bottom to top: root E, another root E, major 3rd G sharp, major 7th D sharp, major 3rd G sharp, and the major 13th, which is a C sharp note. And the A 6th chord has the notes from bottom to top: root A, major 6th F sharp on the 4th string, major 3rd C sharp, and the perfect 5th E on top. Again, a great jazzy voicing that is often used in Latin-based styles. In bar 2, I'm connecting the A 6th chord back to the E major 13th chord with a double stop riff from the A major pentatonic scale around the A major triad. This is your A major triad. And the riff that I'm playing is this. In bar 4, I'm using a different approach to get back to the E. I'm playing a sliding single line riff with notes from the A Ionian major scale ending up in a Hendrixian double stop. And the end E major chord is a great voicing you might want to try out instead of your garden variety E chords. They're a little bit boring. I'm hammering on from the 9th to the 11th fret on string 5, leaving string 6 open. Bottom to top, you're playing a root E, the major 3rd G sharp, the perfect 5th B, and you can add an E note on top. Note that in these major tunes with these jazzed up chords, you'll need to adjust the scale that you are using to the chord that you're playing on top of. So you'll need to invest a little bit more time in the woodshed, but the results will surely be impressive.